Welcome back to the class, everyone. Today, for the very first time, we are going to be talking about packs, because quite frankly, the ones that just dropped, they hit different. I will say before that we start this, the packs that we're going to be talking about are for actual cash. They're not consumable or buyable with crystals in game. So everyone, as always, should do what they want with their own money. If you are uncomfortable spending $10 on the game, don't feel like you have to spend it or feel pressured into doing so. But if you've ever spent any money ever on the game, or just have that relationship where you're willing to throw 10, 20, 30, whatever bucks at it to get ahead, well then, oh my gosh, is this just flat out ridiculous. So what is happening? We right now have data mined / announced on the forums these packs that give you the entire character, all the way to 330 shards, all the gear, and quite a few relic levels for you to be able to unlock Galactic Legends. Right now, they're starting out with Supreme Leader Kylo Ren as well as Rey. You can see Rey's requirements kind of right in front of us, and you will note the price point in the bottom right-hand corner for a total of $10. You get 7 characters, some of which need Cairo, for $10 all the way up. And I realized that just looking at this, we can already tell, oh, that has great value, you know. I typically can't get any other character for $10, so why wouldn't I get 7 for just that? It seems good, or it seems great. I don't think we really understand how magnificently, like, it's not comparable. Again, if you don't want to spend money on the game, don't spend money on the game. But if you want to compare this to relative value with other things that we've seen before, holy crap, it's not close. So what I've done here is I've ran a simulation in the events website kind of gear calculator that tells you how much gear you need for a Galactic Legend. I use someone's account that doesn't currently have Galactic Legend Rey. In fact, they're missing most resistance characters as a whole. And this will add up the crystals for us here on the side, what you would need to get all of these characters up to relics, get them geared up, get them leveled up. It doesn't include shards, and it doesn't include things like Zetas, but quite frankly, the other thing didn't include Zetas either. So right now we have 182,000 here crystals and 524 crystals for this gear. And now I realize you can get all these things through normal gameplay, but we're trying to compare packs to other packs. And when we look at getting the most economical source of crystals in game, which is buying the 100 crystal packs, this is what it looks like. So the amount of gear you're needing and relics is worth about 700,000 crystals. 700,000. If you divide that by 15,710, which is the amount of crystals you get every single time you spend $100, you come up to about 45 different times that you would have to buy that one pack, for a grand total of $4,500. Even if we were being extremely liberal here and we're saying, oh, you actually need to buy 3 packs for Rey, because you have to have 1 to be able to unlock her, you have to have 1 to be able to unlock JTR, you have to have 1 to be able to unlock Gratis, and say that you're going to need to spend $30 to get Galactic Legend Rey, it's 150 times better than just trying to go into game and buying those crystal packs that they have in game. This is, it's not even close. Like, even I realize there have been packs that have released in time that were already better than those crystals were, but they were only like 2 times as better at most. This isn't 150%. This is 150 times. This is the amount of money that you would need to put in to be able to get Galactic Legend Rey before this, without, you know, normal in-game means. And now you can get it for 10, 20, 30 bucks, depending on what your needs are. It's just absolutely ridiculous from a value perspective in game. So that's kind of the first thing that I wanted to address and talk about, because it's a really big deal and it's going to shape the game moving forward depending on what you choose to do. I guess I'll say that I do stand by this. I think it's mostly a good idea. The only thing that I'm a little weary about, and we'll see how they plan to do this for the future, they're obviously testing this right now with Galactic Legends Rey and SLKR. My only issue would be is that they start to pump these out in high volume for all the Galactic Legends in game, because what that will do is, while Galactic Legend Rey and SLKR, they've been in the game for well over 3 years now. They should be characters that have mechanics that help newer players catch up. I'm all for that. But like, I don't want to see someone be able to buy Jabba for $10, $20, $30 today, just because he's such a new and recent character. And there have been people who've been playing the game for like the last year or so that have been just going after Jabba and still don't have him yet. It would be really discouraging for everyone and their mom to just be able to drop $10 and instantly get Jabba when people have been grinding for last year, because he's so new. He just came out. So like I said, I'm glad this is a catch-up mechanic for our good friends SLKR and Ray, but I hope that they only do these maybe once a year, maybe a little bit shorter than that for some of the really old ones, because what I would ultimately like to see, I guess, would be a process that they can repeat. So if we get a Galactic Legend every single year, we'll go back, 3 years or 4 years every single time we get a new Galactic Legend, and whatever Galactic Legend came out 3 to 4 years ago, they give kind of this accelerated process that can help new players catch up so that they can be able to do whatever they need to do in PvE or PvP. Now, I will say, just these next couple of reasons aren't reasons not to get the pack. Again, if you spend money at any point, or you're a minnow, a dolphin, a whale, I don't care, whatever you are, if you spend money, these are absolutely must-buys. They cannot really be passed up unless you like really, really hate the sequels for whatever reason. That being said, there are some considerations when doing this that you're gonna have to take into account. If we open up our good friend SLKR's list right here with all his requirements, you'll notice that one of the things that the packs don't come with are Zetas. And you're gonna need on average about 10, at least for SLKR as well as Ray. And actually, it might be worth making a video ordering all those Zetas. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. That being said, most of us have developed our rosters in such a way that every single time we get a new Zeta, we already have a character prepped and ready to go. And we have this really nice evened out thing where we're not applying every single Zeta to all the characters out there, but by the time we do get the really good ones that are important, we typically already have 1 or 2 ready. That being said, if you artificially enhance your roster by spending the $10 and getting pretty much not just SLKR, but the entire First Order faction along with them, you're just suddenly out 10 Zetas that you probably weren't planning on. For some people, they'll be able to make it work. I've seen the hordes out there, people who've got the 300, 600 mats, whatever. But for us, I guess, peasants who live from paycheck to paycheck when it comes to Zetas, that's just gonna absolutely crush you. So again, not a reason not to do it. A 0 Zeta SLKR is still much better than not having SLKR at all. But one thing that you need to take into consideration if you're working on other projects, maybe now is not the time to give that luxury Zeta to Greedo. Maybe you save it and stock it for Hux or SLKR or Lobster, whoever in that team you're going to end up needing to use. The other consideration, and this is very much along the same lines, when you do get the Galactic Legend unlocked, whether it be SLKR or Ray, they're going to need mods. And I guess I'll repeat the same thing we just said about the Zetas. Great. You've got him, and even without mods, SLKR is better than not having SLKR, even if he doesn't have a single mod equipped. That being said, if you're used to fighting Rays in Grand Arena or Territory Wars that are all God modded out, they're at Relic 8, they've got all 6 of their Zetas or whatever, and they also have the other characters that would be unlocked to be helpful, like Ben Solo, and you're coming in with really out any of that extra stuff and just purely what CG gave you through these packs, you're going to be a little bit disappointed with the results. So it's not a reason not to do it, but it's something to be mindful of if and when you're going to do this, that you're going to have to make up for other things that you might not be prepared for. Again, similar to Zetas, a lot of players out there, I put myself in this category as well, that we tend to get mods at about the same time we get new characters. It takes us several months to get them, and by then we've had the time to kind of set aside and organize mods, or just completely kind of downgrade another team and put the mods elsewhere. If you artificially enhance your roster in this way, you're not going to have that gradual lean into. You are going to end up creating other bottlenecks, especially if you do both of them or if you do any more that come in the future. I believe there's one for Star Killer out that I didn't have any screenshots of the show. So yeah, this is quite good, but it's something we have to do with wisdom. We can't just, I guess you can click the button and just be fine. That's half the game anyways. But for the most part, when looking at doing any of these, there is the right way to do it. There is the wrong way to do it. I do think it is a legit deal. Just some considerations to take in mind. So let me know what you guys think of it. I realize it might be a little controversial depending on where you currently are in those 2 farms. If you put them up until now, it's probably stupid good value. And if you just unlock them, then yeah, I could understand there being a few harsh feelings. But overall, I think the reason why CG is doing this isn't really to make the $10, but I think what they're aimed at is trying to get people more interested in the game, quite frankly, so that they will spend more and spend more time in game, which at the end of the day are CG's 2 main objectives. for them to make money and for them to have their game appearing healthy by people spending however much time in a day they need to. But yeah, they actually did announce these. The Star Killer pack is here, the Kylo pack is here. But thank you guys for watching. Until the next time, stay awesome.